They say you can judge a Batman by his Joker. I say you can also judge him by his Batmobile. By that standard, how does a new Robert Pattinson Batman stand up? Stick around and find out. Welcome to 5 Points of Articulation, where I review action figures and then articulate 5 points to help you decide if you want to add that figure to your collection. The 5 points I discuss are packaging, presentation, posability, playability, and price. I'm Jason, and if you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube rigmarole. Today, we're celebrating the 100th video on this channel with a look at the new Spin Master electronic Batmobile from the Batman. Just a quick word, I am unfortunately sick right now, so if I sound a little bit off, that's why. Starting off the packaging, and it's a nice open box design. I really like the red and black branding for this movie. We can see Batman himself up in the corner, and the Batman figure floating somewhere in the middle. The Batmobile itself features 15 plus sound effects. Well, don't mind if I do. Nope. We're going to wait for playability. Some more graphics on the back. I'm going to be pretty curious to see if we can actually get him in this pose. And speaking of Batman himself, the box says that he's 4 inches tall. Oh, and for those who want it, here's the UPC. One of the things that I actually like about this packaging is it lets you kind of futz around with the toy a bit in the store. That's honestly what sold me on it. To get it out, you've got to punch in this tab and open like so. Here we have some instructions. A lot of instructions. Let's keep opening it up and opening it up and... Anyway, next we take care of these. No children's toy will defeat me. And there you have it. And Batman we will cut out. 2. There we go. For packaging, I'm giving the Batmobile 1 whole point. Moving on to presentation, and the new Batmobile is 13 inches long, just over 3.5 inches high, and 6.25 inches wide. From the front, we can see the grille and the headlights. I love how the battering ram looks like it was shaped from steel girders, and all this detailing on the hood is pretty cool too. If you look, you can see the vents where it accommodates all the sound effects. I like the detail on the hubcaps. Here are the front ones, and here are the rear ones. I really like how this one evokes the shape of Batman's head. We're used to seeing bat branding on the hubcaps, but this is a lot more subtle than usual, and I dig it. And speaking of subtle, the quintessential Batman wing design is definitely there, but again, more subdued. That said, there is absolutely nothing subtle about this. If you saw this from the front, you might mistake it for any other muscle car. Even from the side, the Batmanisms don't really jump out at you. But if you saw this car from the back, you would have no doubt that this is the Batmobile. One thing that makes this Batmobile very distinct from others that we've seen recently is that it actually has doors. In that regard, it reminds me of Adam West's Batmobile. Although, to be fair, McFarlane did forget to sculpt those on. Considering how low to the ground this vehicle is, I'm a little bit baffled by the step bar. For a bit of context, I drive a Honda Civic, and I assure you I don't need any help stepping up into it. Peeking into that door, we can see some great detailing on the dashboard. The Batmobile is my favorite fictional vehicle, and each one brings something new to the table. What I like about this one is that it looks like an actual car. Like, I could totally imagine Robert Pattinson's Batman catching Jason Todd steal the wheels off this. For a presentation, I'm giving this Batmobile 1 whole point. Moving on to posability and the tire spin, the door's open, and you can even turn the steering wheel. As always with vehicles, it's kind of ceremonial, but for posability, I'm giving the Batmobile 1 whole point. Moving on to playability, and the Batmobile has 3 modes: O for off, 1 line for on, and 2 lines for try me. You can activate the Batmobile either by rolling it or by pushing the button. While that was a lot of fun, I do wish that there was a button to let you just keep the lights on. For a Batmobile comparison, here it is with the original Keaton Batmobile by Toy Biz. You can see that my sticker placement skills were impeccable. Here it is with the Batmissile Batmobile from Batman Returns by Kenner. Here it is with the Legends of Batman Batmobile, also by Kenner. Here we have the Tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy by Mattel. Unpopular opinion, but this is actually my least favorite Batmobile. Here we have the Power Attack Total Destruction Batmobile from Batman Unlimited, also by Mattel. Here is the 12-inch Cape Crusader Batmobile by Spin Master. And most recently, here it is with the Retro Batmobile from McFarlane Toys. But playability is more than just vehicles, it's also about action figures. Wait, what? Obviously, the Batmobile comes with Batman, or as I like to call him, 4 Heady Kruger. Seriously, just a quick anatomy lesson. Your eyeline should come at the center of your face, and typically your head is 5 eyes wide. Spin Master pretty much scrunched his entire face up by his nose. That said, he stands at 4.25 inches, and while the head is questionable, the sculpted detail on the body is pretty good for the scale. We see the panel lines of the torso, as well as the gauntlet detail. We've got his utility belt, and unlike McFarlane Toys, they actually included the holster for his grapnel gun. Where it really falls apart is the cape. Oh, and I mean that literally. Not only is this a really cheap, crinkly material, but based on other products that we've seen, the scallops are not accurate. His head's on a ball joint, a little bit of up and down, and all the way around. Swivel hinge shoulders raise up 90 degrees, no torso or waist articulation, but he does have ball jointed hips, thigh cut, single jointed knees, and boot cut. He fits in the Batmobile like so and can even fit his hands on the steering wheel. But now for the moment of truth, can he do this pose? Nailed it? But the real question is, can you fit other Batman figures in this Batmobile? No. Because of all the electronics in here, there's sadly just not enough leg room. And if it really mattered to you, you could probably sacrifice the electronics and Dremel the footrest out. But of course, leg room won't be a problem for Stealth Iron Man. That said, we can still see how some Batman figures look standing next to it. Here we have Keaton from the Dark Knight collection by Kenner. Specifically, this is a Thunderwhip Batman. Just for fun, here's a blue and gray version for that Year 2 flair. Here's Kilmer from Batman Forever. Here's Clooney from Batman and Robin. And since it reminds me of the one from that cartoon, here's Batman from the new Batman Adventures. And of course, here's Superpowers by Kenner. Again, the Year 2 vibes are very strong. That said, there is one classic Batman figure that will fit in there with no problem. The Pocket Heroes Batman by Mego. This was the very first all-plastic Batman action figure ever made. Before this, it was all 8 and 12-inch scale dolls with soft good clothes. Putting him side by side, the Batman, and it's so incredible to see just how far both action figures and specifically the Dark Knight have come in the last 50 years. And as you can see, he can fit in there just fine. For a small-scale cinematic Batman comparison, here he is with Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney, and Christian. Here they are all standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some with big foreheads. For a Battinson comparison, here he is with the DC Multiverse by McFarlane Toys. Say what you will about the Spin Master, but at least it doesn't have side-eye. For a 3 3/4 inch comparison, here he is with a Marvel Universe Iron Man and a Kenner-style Marvel Legends Spider-Man. And of course, here he is with Stealth Iron Man. Admittedly, this Batman figure isn't great. He's not terrible, for the most part. That said, if you think of this Batman as an accessory that comes with your Batmobile instead of the other way around, then suddenly, he's not that bad. It's a shame that other Batman figures can't fit in it, but we've got to judge this toy based on what it can do, and not what I wish it could do. For playability, I'm giving the Batmobile 1 whole point. This leaves us with nothing left to discuss but the price. I picked up this set at Target for $29.99, which, for comparison, is the same price as the McFarlane Toys Retro Batmobile. This toy, however, has opening doors, a turning steering wheel, electronic lights and sounds, and a Batman figure. Whether you're looking to kickstart your child's Batman collection or you're an adult collector like me who happens to love Batmobiles, this is an incredible value. For price, I'm giving this Batmobile set 1 whole point for a grand total of 5 out of 5. For more Batmobile content, check out this video on the McFarlane Toys Retro Batmobile, or for more of the Batman content, check out my look at the new DC Multiverse Batman. I'll be back again real soon, same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, play nice, have fun, and here's to the next 100 videos.